We are 6 months deep into 2024, and today I'm going to be telling you the best of beauty that I have tried. I am so happy that there are so many affordable items in this video today that I have on for you, but also there are going to be some high-end things. So there's a little bit for everybody in this video. Grab your tea, grab your snack. We're starting from the top. I would say for at least the past month, I have been using this 8 Saints Soulmate Brightening Treatment. This is a hyaluronic acid, glycolic acid, vitamin E formula. This is something I've started my face with every single day, and I can definitely notice a difference. This is the time of year, y'all know I am not wearing a ton of makeup despite what you may see on my face today. I felt like playing in like everything I'm gonna tell you about because why not? It's that good. So I have been loving this as a starter piece. It's like the appetizer for the face in the morning. Juicy lips are also something that I am doing right up front in the mornings as I'm allowing my skincare time to really soak in, and I do not need chapped lips this summer as I am looking for that summer glow. There's something super duper inexpensive that I get from AOA. Shop Miss A, $1 is the AOA Studio I Love Dew Lip Oil. I actually have recently done another order, so I have 2 different shades here. I think this is really great. I love the doe foot. I love the application. I love the thickness of the product. It's not goopy. It's not sticky. It's this wonderful hydration that also makes your lips look super juicy, super plump, kissable, the whole thing. The 2 shades I have here are Glow and Sugar Coat. You don't really see much of a difference, honestly, on camera, but I will say one of them is a little bit more translucent. That would be Glow. And Sugar Coat gives you just a bit more of that peachy pink color to it. I love it so much. I actually have 3 of these, one in my bedroom, 2 in the beauty room. You guys know I am an SPF believer and lover, but I also have sensitive skin. So I have gone through the gauntlet of trying things to find out what will work for me. And something that I have loved now for 2 summers, I'm on summer 2 with this, is from my friends at Pacifica. I have fallen in love with a million Pacifica products, truly, but this has taken the cake for me. I wore this all last summer on the face and décolletage right here while going out in the hot summer sun, and I did not burn once. I love that it's actually very portable. I put it in my bag even when I was going places for the day. The pump makes it super convenient to put on. I love this all year round, and it is sensitive enough to be every day because it's actually an everyday lotion. I had to explain that to my husband because for some reason he was under the impression sunscreen is only for summer. No, it's for all year round. I have loved this so much. This is my 2nd bottle. I do like to use this time of year with, okay, you've heard me talk some serious smack about it, but the Drunk Elephant I do still have in my collection, and I do love to put it on in the summertime because I SPF 50 the snot out of my face when I am out and about. So like when I'm at the beach, it's SPF 50. When I'm doing stuff under makeup, it is this, which is the SPF 30. This is not the 50, but the 50 is when I'm in the sun, like barefaced, not doing any other makeup. The 50 goes completely all over the place. This is something I like to do to help match the rest of my body, but also give me that wonderful glow. I do like this along with the Pacifica dupe that I do have here. There's a zillion dupes on the market. We've talked about that because we're in this copy and paste mode in the beauty world. But I do like something that is complementary to my skin, does not sink into pores, really makes everything just look glowy and yummy. That's a summer vibe I can go with because then I don't feel like I need a bunch of makeup. I just look like I have that sun-kissed glow. I feel like I have to rapid fire this because there's a ton of products in front of me. I didn't realize how many things I was loving this year. So I'm so excited to give you all the dirty details. Next is something that I'm gonna tell you I don't use every day, but when I want my makeup, if I'm doing a beat and I want it to last all day long, this is my new holy grail. I am wearing it today, and this makeup is gonna last all day long in this really stormy weather I'm having. This is the Ofra and Jessica Dadelani Glow and Grip Primer. This primer has outdone so many other primers in my collection, but there is some caveats. So I'm gonna give you all of the little minute things to tell you about this. Yes, this comes out very smooth, very goldeny, glistening. I put it all over my face and immediately I look shiny, and it is everywhere. You literally only need a little dab of this stuff because it can go kind of crazy. The other drawback to this is it will keep your face so tacky sticky if you're not going to be doing much else on top of it. So for me, this is when I am doing the makeup that I need to last all day. If I'm going to be doing like a wedding this summer or something, if I'm going to an event that I really want my makeup to last all day and I've done so much good work to my face, this is what I'm pulling out because this will make it last. But you will need to powder. Powder, powder, powder will be your best friend with this because it will be tacky even through a little bit of foundation on there. So unless you're doing a little bit more medium to heavy coverage, be sure you're powdering because this will make your makeup last all day. But if you don't powder, you will be feeling some tacked. So that's my big tip for this. But I have been outdoors in this. I've walked the dogs in this. I've done all the things and my makeup did not budge. It's crazy. It's wild. It's like this amazing invention. It's beautiful. I do love it. Secret hidden weapon for those full beat days in the hot summer sun. Trust your girl on this. This is so good. And I just got an Ofra code to save you 20%. So feel free to, you don't have to, but feel free to save some money because why not? A lot this year, I have been leaning more into skin tints than I have foundations, which is a little new of a territory for me because I've always had skin tints on hand, but I was more regularly a foundation user, even in the hot summer. For some reason, 2024 has really brought out my clean girl aesthetic. I think for ease of use. Also, my skin is looking great with all the skincare I've been doing, so why not show it off more? So the skin tint that I have been traveling to are just, there's two in particular. Today I'm wearing both, but some days I can just pick one and be done with it. One of them's not really considered a skin tint, but I use it as one. So it's like another secret weapon. The actual diffusing skin tint that I have loved and raved about for a while now is the Cali Ray version. This one's a little bit pricier, but this is a really nice formula. This is the Free Dreaming Skin Wellness Diffusing Tint. It's like a clean foundation, they call it, but it's definitely a skin tint. It goes on very minimally, but it does diffuse. It does mask any of the maybe pores or maybe a little bit more tired, worn skin. I think it makes my skin look stunning. It looks so beautiful. You can layer this up to get a little bit more coverage, but you won't get like a medium coverage from this. This is very easy breezy on the face. The other secret weapon that I really do love, I think I need to get a lighter color for outside of the summer time frame because this is really good for brightening under the eyes. I'll even take it down to like the tops of the cheeks, even a little bit in the forehead sometimes. This is something I have talked about, I think, last summer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. Mine is in the shade Aglow. This is my second tube of this because this product does a beautiful job of brightening, being really creamy, does not crease under the eyes, which is shocking. I know this was really confusing at first when it hit the market because everybody thought it was a glowy highlighter. Nay, 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 my friends. This is something that's going to mask those under eyes. This is something that is going to make your skin look glowy and gorgeous, and I really like this. Second tube of it. Put it under the eyes. I even put it with one of my favorite foundations I'm going to tell you about in a second. Take a really nice sponge, blend it all together, and it just gives you this healthy glow that makes you feel like you don't need any more makeup. That's why I call this a little bit more of a skin tint, because I have just done this with just a touch of concealer, sometimes no concealer, depending on how my skin's doing, and I'm done. That is it, because this is really good, really, really good. And for my pory skin, bossy pore skin, and the crazy humidity that is Florida, if it can handle me, it can handle y'all. Concealer, the one that just stole my heart this year, and I need to buy another one. I am literally scraping the sides of it. You couldn't even see the full impact today between the combination of a storm rolling through and just how little I have left of my Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. Mine is in the shade N6. It works really well for my skin tone. I loved this so much in the winter time. What I did was I drug it down the face and used it as a foundation and concealer. It is so good. It is so creamy, does not bunch, does not make your face look cakey, doesn't settle into fine lines. This is like a new superhero product for me personally. Like I said, I'll even just do a little bit of this with something else and smooth it on my skin and be done, because this gives me just that clean, blurred, diffused, glowy look. I love it. I love it so much. This looks great on the skin. I do have a code with Natasha to save you some money because I think it's like 30 bucks. Save yourself the money. You don't have to use my code, but again, if you could save money, why would you not? Now the Nichole of 2018, 2019 is like, girl, what are you talking about that one of your favorite things in here is a creamy bronzer? I don't know what to say other than I don't like a lot of them, but this one has stuck around with me for years. And right now, from the beginning of 2024 to now, this has been my go-to for a very easy day. Sometimes I do put a powder over the top of it later, but this is my favorite bronzer. You've seen me use it on camera before. This won't be a shock, but it is a shock a little bit that it's in this kind of favorites for me. This is the Merit Bronze Balm. I have two different shades. This one is in the shade Clay. Quince is too pale for me, even I think in the winter a little bit. But I was trying these like, I don't know, at the end of 2023, maybe 2020. I don't know when I got these, but it's been a while that I've had them, but they keep making it through all of my crazy rounds of declutters that you guys have seen on my channel because this goes so well with my skin. And I'm very honest with you, Merit Beauty is not a makeup that I tend to gravitate to. I've gotten a lot of their products. I did not like their stick foundations. I didn't like some of their other products, and I'm very honest with you, whether it's gifted to me, whether it's a sponsorship, whether I'm just trying stuff. But this one has stuck with me. This has been the only bronzer I feel like that has ever been cream that I've used for this long. So take that for what you will. I know some of my friends also have oily skin like me with bossy pores. They're like, girl, I could not do a creamy anything. This really surprises me with how well it works. Now it is a very natural look, but you can build it. You can get darker shades to make it a little bit more zhuzhy if you want. Like I said, sometimes I do put on a powder bronzer on top just to give me a little bit more of that cheekbone that, you know, God forgot to give me. So I like this a lot. I'm still shocked. I'm sorry I'm still talking about it. It's kind of stunning that it's something that I've loved this long, and just even when I'm not on camera, pull it out, use it pretty regularly. I use it weekly. Something I would say I use more frequently than others, if you are looking for a cream blush, I dabble in the blushes, but I'm not a convert. One that works really well for me, the formula, and I would say the color, is something from Milk Makeup. Now this says it's a lip and cheek. You know how I feel about the combos. Most of the time they're really aimed for one thing versus the other. Maybe some people with less finicky skin than me could do both. I cannot. My skin will not have it. But the Milk Makeup shade Work in this creamy formula is really nice. I put this on my skin today. I almost didn't talk about it, but I liked it enough that I think it is worthy of an honorable mention. I feel like you can build it up, but keep in mind you are gonna be like spreading this, but I think it works really well. I love the color of Work. It works well with my skin tone. Working it is working it. Let's talk about one more creamy thing that I still think is one of the better shades for me. Now I have it in powder and I have it in the liquid version. I'm shocked that I like the liquid version a touch better, but let's talk about the Ofra Ladura Sun Liquid Highlighter. Again, I have this in powder, I'll show you both, but I have this on my face today and on the body. I cannot believe how natural this glow looks. I think maybe the color story of this, the undertone, really works for me. Personally, I am not the tannest that I normally can get to in the summer. It's still technically June when I'm filming, but this is so yummy on the collarbones, on the face. I have no other highlighter on today, but obviously I do have some glowy products on, but you can see how nice this is. Technically, I guess there's two colors. There is Sun in the liquid formula, and then there is Beach in the powder. This Beach shade is also stunning. Highly recommend this for the summer. Ofra's glowiness just knows no bounds, as we know. Like the shoulders have a secret superpower, and we're so in it. I love these a lot. Highlighters, I think, are slowly on the uptick. So I'm just mentioning these in case you are on the hunt for something amazing, because maybe you haven't seen anything in a while that is like, scratch that itch for you, done your fancy. It's super natural, super wearable in many ways, like on the eyes, on the body, on the face, you name it. And I just dropped something, so it reminded me, I don't think I talked about it yet. For the brows, I have kind of been a little bit of a one-trick pony in 2024. Ease of use, just filling them in to go. I don't know, maybe I've got some eyebrow blindness, but the product that works the best for me lately is very inexpensive. It's $5 and it's e.l.f. And I've talked about this a lot, so I was like, should I bring this up? Well, I am still loving it, so I'm gonna tell you. For 2024, this is still a best of for me. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. This is in one of their deepest shades I do believe they have for brunettes. This is deep brown. I use this every day. On my, I don't know, 5th or 6th one ever. I have an old one over here for an empties video or something I could put together for you, but these actually last a really long time too. I'm shocked considering how small the component is, how this will last me months and months. Only $5, it fills in the brows, does a beautiful job. I don't feel like I need a lot of fussing and mussing when it comes to brows with this. So I don't fuss and muss. I don't mix it up too much because I really like it. So maybe I'm a one-trick pony. Maybe I just love it. Now we've done all of the creams. Now we've done all of the liquids. Now, how do we set this face? Especially if we're talking about some of these primers that I've told you can be sticky if you're not using some powders. Y'all know I love a good powder. Y'all know that I have had too many powders in here, but that didn't stop me from repurchasing something that I loved to the point. After I had it, was it in 2022? I bought another one, went through that one really quickly. I have panned this now, a powder. I have panned a powder twice before. I was waiting for them to come back in stock with my shade, and I guess they've like absorbed my shade into something else. So recently I told you guys from AOA for $1, I got the AOA Studio Perfect Finished Pressed Powder. The shade I switched over to was Honey to see if this will work. This is an anti-shine blurring finish. And you guys, it means it. It is so perfect. I have 2 different ways I like to use this. I will use a much more condensed brush for under the eyes, down the nose with this product. I think that does a beautiful job of holding everything together, keeping it from creasing, blurs like nobody's business, like a filter for your face, but with no actual technology included except for this. And then I will take a fluffier brush like this, use it in here for all over the face. That will help things from getting tacky. That will help blur everything else to match, you know, this area here. But also then I can press it into any areas that might be sticky or tacky if I've used something like that bougie primer over there. But if not, this gives you enough coverage, but not too much that it makes your face look different than your body because of the smoothness. This just does a nice complement to the face. It's beautiful. I love it. Highly recommend it. Just as a bonus, I also right now am using the lightweight matte finish bronzer that they have in the exact same formula. My shade is Frappe. Again, $1, and they're having tons of sales online. If you are close to an AOA store, you may have that luxury. I do not, and if I did, I would have no self-control. But just because they're inexpensive does not mean you should sleep on them. They are amazing. Wearing both of them today, and my skin, I think, looks so good. It's very beachy, very glowy, but we also don't look overly saturated wet. We don't look greasy, at least not in person. I don't, right? Now let's talk about some palettes, because I could not tell you about the palettes that I'm loving this year. And yes, I've been way more minimal this year, a little bit more natural even than maybe usual, except for today's face, because today I was just like, my nails got really vibrant pink along with some sparkles, and then I was like, oh, let's just do the whole thing. Okay, I'm here for it. You know how I get inspired with just some of the nails, some of the other things in my life, my jewelry. We just have fun here. I have 2 palettes in front of me. That really goes against everything I've ever said about me not being a blush girl. I have 2 palettes here of blush, but also highlighters. So also stuff I've used for the eyes. So like today. The first one I got is from a BoxyCharm. Thank you, BoxyCharm, for coming in and delivering the goods sometimes. This is the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Blush Palette. Now this has been around for a while. This is not brand new to the market, but it is brand new to me. Okay, so it counts. And I fell in love with this because we got some options in here. We have some mattes and we have a little bit of shimmer up in here. This is something I like to use together. Like I mixed and matched the shimmery with the matte. Wearing some of it today, got a little bit in the eye look. We were just playing today. We were having fun. We were having a summer moment. And then, yes, this Ofra palette that I did get from the Head in the Clouds palette, this is a combination, y'all. This is holographic highlighters, and look at these blushes. When's the last time you saw something like this that made you go, ooh, that's different? This is also in the eye look today. I also have loved these highlighters. These are the duochromes that shift and are beautiful. I almost wore them in my eye look today, but I did not because I had to play in some other things. But I've talked about this quite a bit since I received it. It's a lot of fun. Also, these are spectacular. I really built it up in one of my last videos to the point that you guys were like, whoa, Nichole, you don't usually go that hard. I know. So when something gets you excited and inspired for makeup again, you're just like, let's do it. Now I gotta wipe this off before I make a mess. One other face product before we get into the eyeshadow palettes is something that's very pricey. Now, do you need this? No. But would this help you if, again, you tend to have maybe oily skin, or in the summertime, you have the hardest time keeping your liquid foundations on? Yes. This will change the game for you. Is it pricey? Yes. Do I have a discount code for you? Yes. Use it at your leisure. This is the Natasha Denona High Glam Powder Foundation. Now, y'all know, fell in love with the High Glam Concealer. So when I saw the teaser for this, that's really what made me go, oh snap. I think I need to spend that much money on a foundation. There are days that I'm just like, who let me have a bank account? Who let me be an adult? I guess I'm frugal in other ways. Again, I've talked about a lot of dollar things, so I'm trying to, balance my own budgets here and what I tell you here. This is very pricey. This is like $55. However, this is gonna last me for freaking ever, because not only can you use this with the sponge that it comes with, and it will blur every single pore on your face, but not make you look cakey, not make you look like that you are like a clown with a pancake makeup on. Do you know what I'm talking about there? This not only works well with that as an actual foundation, how you would use a regular powder foundation, but I also like to take a fluffy brush, like we talked about earlier for the other powder, and I like to take this in on a very loose brush, pop it around there, tap her off, and then really get in there for that second layer, especially if I've got that sticky. If I have the sticky primer on, this will also save the day. However, I will say, I have a nose problem. I have a nose. Maybe that's the problem. When I get to midway in the day with certain makeups, certain times a year, no matter what I do, the nose will break apart. You use this with a sponge or a brush and you just tap her back together. It is all fixed like a miracle, and it lasts. So it depends on you, depends on your pocketbook, depends on your skin. This is something that I really liked. And I know the price tag really gets people PO'd at it. And it kind of got me PO'd at it too. Almost why I didn't buy it. But for my skin, it actually works really well. Oily skin works well with foundations like this. Also, it's a great powder. So again, if I'm using it like that, this is gonna last me forever, ever, ever. And I like it. I do. And sometimes, when you get a little too shiny, just a little touch up of that too can really help bring everything back together so you don't look shiny if your skin is like mine. What are the other great things I got this year or that I have been using this year? Some eyeshadow palettes. Now, BoxyCharm actually kind of came through here again for a couple of things that make me go, oh, BoxyCharm, thank you for showing up to give us some great makeup this year, because Ofra was definitely in there, and this is the Signature Luxe palette. Look at this. Yes, this is a nude lover's dream, but also, is this not a bronzy goddess summer moment? Do you not live for these colors right now, including a little bit of one of our favorites, Rodeo Drive? 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at those browns and gold. They look amazing. And we've seen her a million times, but it never hurts to see her a million and one. Booyah! In all her glory with these colors that fit so beautifully with that color story. This has been a really nice little addition to my collection that I did get in 2024 from BoxyCharm. But obviously you can get it from Ofra as well. Use my code, save the money. Now I have two other palettes here though that I really love, and I've got so heartbroken, and again this morning I got to relive it because it came broken. And it's one of my favorite shades that came broken, but I still love this palette so darn much. It is definitely in this eye look today because I was going for broke today. I was going so fun and summer bold. Yes, there's some of these things in here too because I needed these punches of pink. But we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Primrose palette. I have to be very cautious because this one came broken and broke my heart. But look how beautiful she is. She is a gorgeous color story for all year round, but right now this was just something I was gravitating to. Anastasia shadows are stunning. They're great formulas. They're super pigmented, super blendable. That is no exception with this. Yes, in here they called these like either two blushes or a bronzer and a blush. You can absolutely use these for eyes, and that's what I did today. Popped into some of this, popped into some of these other pieces. is. And then I used some of these as options for more of my eye look as I was trying to make some decisions today. But these are so lovely. I find myself reaching for this palette quite often, even just for a nude look, quick to go, or if I want to glam it up a little bit. This has a little touch of everything, and that's why it's so easy and simple to use. Great formula. You can do it on an easy look, something you want to dress up. It's got a lot of variety to it. And when the quality's that good, it's like a no-brainer. But it's still now all over my vanity and all over my next palette. Other palette that came in an icon box was the Dominique Ethereal palette that has some of my Anastasia palette on it. This is the Essential palette, not the Ethereal, the Essential palette. I apologize because it's got all the essentials in it. Today I used this shade, this shade, this shade to really start out my eye look before I got all bold with all of the pinks. And then later I popped into this shimmer shade because I wanted just a little touch of pink, but also neutral to start out the shimmer on the lid, and then I went bolder and bolder. These are so high quality of shadows. I compare these to Viseart shadows if you've ever tried those before. Super high quality, blend beautifully. You can definitely layer these. You can definitely build them up. There's some opacity, but then you can really dig into these and get some beautiful colors. Even in the same shade, you can have some different variations of colors depending on how much you apply it and build it up. Dominique palettes are really beautiful, really great quality. They are high end too, and they're independent. So I do love that when we get these kinds of things in our subscription boxes. So this is definitely something that has stood out to me in 2024 since I received it, and love it. I'm doing some throwbacks. I've gotten a lot of high-end expensive mascaras from subscription boxes from my own shopping, but I just keep coming back to this one mascara that I think is just so great. I have very fickle eyelashes. My eyelashes tend to go straight, and because of my eye shape can look like I don't have a lot. So this $4.99 mascara that just saves the day for me is great. I don't need to spend a lot of money on mascaras. I think this wand is perfect. I think it's a little big, but I understand that it gets in there and grabs all my lashes, fans them out, and then they stay up. I will still do a pump after these have fully dried to really give my lashes that extra length, but I love this. I just think this is great. I know I've talked about this kind of a lot, so I won't harp on her too much, but this is still one of my favorite mascaras, even after I've tried a lot this year. Still one of my favorites. And for the lashes that you see on the ends here, I briefly talked about these in January, kicking it back to January. And this is my second pack of the Impress Press-On lashes. So these right here are really interesting if you've not seen these before. They're super easy removal, safe for your regular lashes. What they do is they go underneath your like waterline up top. And some people like me are gonna be like, I cannot touch that part of my eye. Are you crazy? I don't wear contacts. I can't do anything. One time I had to wear contacts for a project I was working on, and I stuck one in my, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It took over an hour to do 30 minutes per eye because I'm like, I can't touch my eyes, don't touch my eyes. I'm weird about them. I'm weird about them. And I can do this. If I can do this, you can do this if you want to, if you're interested. Literally, there's glue on the outside of the lash. So then you take their tool, and then I just literally set the lash on my lower waterline, blink, hold it down, press with their tool, and lift up, and the lash is adhered. And then I just kind of move along. I did 2 on camera. I have 1 more set on there, so I technically have 3 on each eye right now, and I think they look really nice. Now, I have tested these to the point that I've slept in them to see how well do they last. They have lasted to the next day, didn't fall off, but if you want to take them off, you literally just pull it off. Doesn't grab your real lashes, and it just works so much better. Because for me, when I stick things on top of my lid, not only is that a lot harder for me, I don't know if it's just because my fingers are too big or I just don't have a great technique, but the glue, it either grabs to my real lashes and ends up pulling out some of them, or it never like lands well enough to kind of match the other side. Whereas these right underneath, super simple, super easy. I filmed it all on camera for you just to show you how fast and simple it is. It's crazy how easy these are. This is my second pack of these. I love these when I'm just wanting a little bit, when I don't want a full lash strip, I'm just wanting a little extra, a little oomph sometimes. So I think these are amazing, a great little investment, and they're pretty inexpensive. These are press and go, no glue needed. I think these are the spikier ones. They have more full ones as well. I just get mine off Amazon. I'll have my links for you. Friends, this is everything that I am loving so far in 2024 in beauty. Tell me some of the things that you have fallen in love with in 2024. Influence me to try more things in 2024 so I can test them and let our other friends know all about them. I love doing that here with you guys and chatting with you below. Please stay to the end of the video so you can see what YouTube is recommending for you and a video I think you're gonna love if you want to hang out longer. I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.